Superman number 16, written by Scott Lobdell, art by Kenneth Rocafort, the next part of Hell on Earth. So, last issue was, I think, Superboy. Some stuff happened. Doesn't matter. Anyway, we cut into this, and we get some backstory on Hell, back when he was on his planet, and he's like, yep, I was an astronaut. We hadn't gone to space in like centuries, but Jor-El is sending me up, and he super trusts me to be a good pilot. And one day, right before the launch, I'm going in and I'm just checking some last minute stuff. He comes up and he's like, hey, Hell, you gotta go to bed, man. You got a long day tomorrow and you gotta be up to 100% of your senses. And he's like, oh, yeah, you are my mentor and the man I look up to more than anything else. And Jor-El's like, stop it, you're fine. So they walk out, and it turns out that like the whole planet has turned out to celebrate Hell's journey to wherever in space because he's given them hope of a brighter future. So Jor-El and Hell are walking down the hallway, and Jor-El's wife Laura shows up and she's like, Hell, what a wonderful time to see you. We wanted to give you a gift before you left. And she gifts him the crest of the House of El, aka the Big S. And it's just like, oh, I promise you I will not fail you. By my word and my actions, Krypton will not die. And turns out he's recounting the story to Supergirl. And she's like, oh my god, this is incredible. But like, I would have been alive at that point, or at least I would be alive soon afterwards. Why didn't I hear about any of this, Hell? And he's like, you've memory loss or something because of space or whatever, doesn't matter. So they end up kissing, and Kara's like, oh, I believe in you, Hell. I believe in our ability to get Krypton back. And then they hear some loud booming noises, and Hell's like, yep, Justice League are still trying to break in. That's still going on. Remember when Flash attacked you in your last issue, Supergirl? And she's like, yes, I do. I don't know why they hate us so much. And he's like, it could be anything. Anyway, we got to make sure they don't get to us before we're ready to go. So then cut over to Superman and Justice League and Superboy, who are all fighting against some crazy-ass creatures that Superman saved from whatever planet because he likes having a zoo. And Cyborg's like, yeah, sorry I keep teleporting us into these super dangerous rooms that you have, Superman, but Hell keeps on redirecting my boom tubes. And Superboy's pissed off. He's like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. So he uses his telekinetic ability to just kill all the monsters instantly. And they're like, oh, you could have done that at any time, Superboy? And he's like, I guess. So then Cyborg steps up and he's like, hey, I'm ready for the next jump. Anyone else want to go? And Batman's like, no. We're not doing that again, Cyborg. You literally have failed 3 times in a row. And Superboy steps up to Batman and be like, oh, I'm sorry, do you have a plan that doesn't involve me almost dying? And he's like, you're fine. And yes, I do. So at this point, Hell launches into some long-ass monologue about like, I'm so happy I get to see the day Krypton can come back. And all it takes is this planet's sacrifice. And Kara's like, sacrificing this planet, what do you mean? I thought you said that it was just like solar radiation that we were harvesting, the stuff they didn't need. And he's like, right, that was their sacrifice, the unneeded solar radiation. Anyway, so another boom happens and Hell's like, they boom tubed again. What idiots. I will redirect them to yet another room. They will not get to us. But then it turns out that Superman and Superboy didn't join in on the boom tube that time, and he just punches through the door and body slams Hell to the ground. And he's like, this is between you and me, Hell. I'm sorry I got the League involved at all. It's like, okay, but like you kind of needed them for the whole thing. Anyway, so Supergirl steps up and it's just like, no, we're so close. Don't do it, Superman. And Superman's like, hey, I will put you down. I don't want to hurt you. But then Superboy steps up like, I'll do it. And smashes her head into the ground. And he's like, no, don't. Okay, whatever. And then instantaneously, the Justice League, Superman, and Superboy are all back outside. And they're like, crap, Hell must have teleported us again. But then Batman looks around and he's like, no, we're still in the same place. He teleported the whole fortress somewhere else. And so wherever they are now, they finally got everything they need. They start up the machine. A world-shattering kaboom happens that is heard by Dr. Veritas way under the ground, Lex Luthor way out in the desert, and the Herald up in the Himalayan mountains. And we see the giant space laser shooting up to the sky, which as it turns out, he moved the fortress like maybe a couple miles that way. Like, it's still in Antarctica, so I'm not entirely sure why he It was such a big deal, but regardless, he did. And space lasers going way out into the deep space, way past other planets. And everyone's like, wow, that's incredible if it wasn't for the fact it's literally going to be the death of us all. And then we cut to the far reaches of space, which I believe this picks up after the Superboy cliffhanger, which is an alien ship comes across this giant rock-looking guy, and they're like, hey, keep an eye on it, but also try to get away from it as fast as possible. But then it activates, and apparently it's called the Oracle, and it just blasts this ship of lizard people away. And it says the Oracle has a sacred trust it must fulfill to bear witness to the end of a world. So I guess it has something to do with the end of the world. And he's on the cover for the next Superman issue, so I guess it's a big deal. Anyway, I'm glad we're finally getting to what feels like the end of this story, you know? Because this has stretched so long, and there's only so many different ways I can hear Kara, I'm so happy that you're with me and bringing back Krypton. Yes, I'm so happy to be with you, Hal. Mwah. It's just tiring. It's that should have been like 2 issues, and it's somehow been 5. It's just a overly long. I think this is like part 9 of Hell on Earth. It's too long. I'm happy we're getting to the end. I appreciate that, but at this point, it's just too long. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is like a 6. It was just them going into another room where evil things were, them beating it again, them coming across hell again. It's just the same stuff over and over. It's not particularly bad, but compared to other issues, it's just repetitive now, and I'm tired of it.